of the trade, there's a place we all know, where stories spill like paint and the real talk flows. Baz and Sean bring the banter again, welcoming all to the Decorators Den. It's the life of a painter, the grit and the strain, the laughter, the learning, the pride and the pain, from pricing and burnout to jobs that go wrong. Every tale finds a rhythm, every struggle a song. New starters, old hands, voices mixing within, sharing truth like color in a freshly opened tin. They talk craft, talk care, talk the weight of the day, talk the mind and the mess, and the art in the trade. And when work feels heavy or you've hit your limit again, you'll find comfort and company in the Decorators Den. So raise your brushes and stories, let the chorus begin. You're never alone in the Decorators Den.
What a jingle that was. Proud of myself for that one.
Absolutely fucking.
Absolutely
I swear-
amazing jingle that
I
was.
swear to God, that was. Baz has had kids, he's been married, he's started up this podcast. That is your best work. That's
That is-
lifetime achievement, innit?
Do you know what? I'll never do a decorating job as good as I've made that song.
I hear it, it's so fucking good. So I hope you all enjoyed that. That's going to be coming every fucking week. Take it away, Baz.
Hello, we are the Decorators Den podcast. No,
Yeah,
we are, but we're also Baz and Sean from the Decorators
Yep.
Den podcast.
that's fair.
And we are proudly sponsored by Napa and Bristle Decorating Supplies, where you can go and visit at www.napandbristle.co.uk.
And we're also still trying to fucking give away the Nap and Bristle box. Look at how much that
We
sack
have-
is.
Do you know
Flop.
what? We have reached, I think we were stuck on 188 for about 2 weeks, and we're on
Right.
193 now, so it's
Wow,
going
so
up.
It's going up slowly, but it's going up. That's amazing. That song's just totally flung off the intro, by the way. So promise we're just getting away.
Back to normal next week, guys.
No, the Decorators Den is powered by Trade Decorator, and Trade Decorator this month, December, is linked up with Brewers to do their 12 days of Christmas. So you heard about this, Baz? So basically, starting today, Monday the 8th, they are going to be linking up with brands such as Osmo UK, Albany Paint and Wallpaper, Isomat UK, and Marca, and they're going to be giving prizes away from today to I think it's about the 19th it ends, so that would be 12 days, I think. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not very good at maths. So to enter the trade enter the competition. So you've already missed today if this is the first time you're hearing about it. Go into your local brewers and scan the code or whatever it is, or even easier, go over to www.trade-decorator.co.uk and follow the online on-screen instructions and join the competitions. It's free to enter, and there's some fucking amazing prizes, by the way.
Oh, Sean, we had last week off, didn't we?
We
had
did.
we had a little break last week because it was recorded, but we had a little technical issue
Yep.
regarding space memory
So-
on the computer.
Things happen. I'm glad it happened with somebody that we're friendly with, though.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
rather than happen, and I suppose we could touch on more what had happened next week because
Yeah.
well, just a wee disclosure to everybody, we had James Young on, and we lost some of the footage, so we're gonna rather than having a split
Trying to-
episode where,
yeah.
where we're totally different moods, we're just gonna do the whole episode again because James obviously we're friendly with him, we know him, so I'm
And
glad
He's
it
a top
happened.
lad. He was understanding, wasn't he?
Aye. I'm glad it happened with somebody that we're friendly with. No, that we're no friendly with most folk we have on, but I'm glad it happened with somebody that we are friends with,
Yeah.
rather than some big name or somebody. I'm not saying James isn't important, but somebody really important that
Yeah.
we've only got like a one-time hit with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what you
Like,
been busy at this week?
do you know what? I've been on like 3/4 of a full house. Um, I'll be going back next week, and I've had a good week. Everything's going to plan,
Good.
and I don't want to say it because it'll end up happening. But let's just finish it. It's been a good week.
Aye.
I don't want to jinx anything.
No, but sometimes it's like that. You get
Yeah,
like
innit?
some good weeks and everything's just falling into place sometimes,
Yeah,
innit?
definitely. How's your week been? You've been quite
I've
busy this week.
I've been on a holiday cottage. Actually, I had Monday off. I had
Been
Monday as
looking
a
at a
kind
lot
of
of
float
cracks,
day.
haven't you?
Eh?
You've been
I,
looking at
I've
a lot of cracks,
been
haven't
looking at
you?
a lot of cracks, more cracks this week
And
than the
then he went to
gynecologist.
work.
But no, I've holiday cottage with settlement throughout the whole building, and obviously like holiday cottage, they're notoriously hard to get in and
Yeah, yeah.
they work in. So basically the hair kind of shut down. So basically I go in the first and second week was available to me for December, and then the cleaners get in next week and they get a proper deep clean. But I'm actually
Yeah, yeah.
finished it. I was finished it on Saturday. Um, Saturday there. So no, that's it then. So I hadn't even had the bill in or anything yet. But good job. Easy when nobody's there. You
Yeah,
don't need
yeah,
to clean
definitely
up.
is. You're trying to
Don't need
work
to,
around people and
don't need to clean up at the end every night or all.
that's it, innit?
Just
Yeah.
let the dust
Leave
sheets
stuff
down. And,
down.
aye,
Get as soon as you go the next morning, get straight to work.
exactly.
Because sometimes, like, if it's a bedroom that isn't being used, I'll say, "Am I alright leaving these down?" 'Cause it's not being used, so it's. But like generally, you have to pick all the sheets up, and it's like,
Hoover everything. And
yeah, Hoover, make sure it's clean, and then next morning stick them back down.
aye,
Nightmare. But that's what I've
aye.
had to do all this
Pain
week.
in
But
there. And I
luckily,
think, know that you're laying the place messy or all, but it is that it maybe takes you half an hour at the end of the day to pick your sheets
well,
up and
that's it,
hoover.
innit?
And then, like you say, it takes you half an hour at the start of a day to do it to get everything back
Yeah,
again, Ken. And I
that's an
think,
hour a
like,
day you're losing.
and even simple things like no having any customers in the house. So basically, you don't need to chat with anybody. You
Yeah,
don't
innit?
need to
You're just
explain your
cracking on.
process to anybody, or
Yeah,
even small talk. And like, don't get me wrong, I like getting in and speaking to some
yeah,
customers and having small talk, but sometimes you think like, oh, if I stand here and speak for an hour, I'm not getting my
yeah. You've
work done,
lost
kind
that.
of thing,
Yeah,
Ken.
yeah. I'm like
And
that, but you feel dead guilty, don't you? Not
or
engaging. Like
you need to speak.
you
But and
like.
also while I'm on it, on this week I get sent this is no paid by the way. This is totally unpaid. I got sent some paintbrushes for
Oh yeah, I
spec.
saw them. Yeah.
So I made a wee video for my own personal page. However, I'm gonna upload the video to the Decorators Den page. I'll upload it tonight at what time are we right now? So it's we're about 10 minutes in. So I'll upload it so it's in for about 7:10. So it's there for when it's relevant to people, Ken.
Yeah.
So and I found them, they were
I was
okay.
just gonna ask you, how did you find them?
I like the handle on the brush. I can that sounds stupid. I really like it's got a wee detail. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. How don't I move my dog sitting on my lap? Let's move my dog. Um, I've got. Can you see how it's got two indentations
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah.
So I feel like it really sits nice.
It's a bit more ergonomic for your hands, isn't it?
Ergonomics, a word now. It fits nice in the hand.
And what's
So
the bristles like?
I they're a wee bit soft.
Bit too
Like
soft for what you.
I'm used to working with like Axis, the badge, the deck,
Yeah,
Paint Warrior Badger, Arrowworthy, Stalemeister. Stalemeister's probably one of my favourites this year, and the bristles are quite firm on them.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think that's just for
I
me.
mean,
It's a wee bit too soft.
it
Like
looks like a decent brush, to be
it
fair,
does look
but
like a decent brush,
um,
but I feel like I can't just judge it on painting one wall. But
yeah, yeah.
I need to use it for
Use
six
it a
months.
few times, make
I'm
sure.
gonna properly batter it. But I tell you what, I do think it would be good for like, see if you're doing wood stain or
Yeah,
like
like
varnishing, Osmo and Doors or something.
yeah,
I think it would be good for that. So no,
yeah,
I thought I said to the guy at Specco that I was gonna just give him a wee mention on the on the channel.
Yeah.
And I think we might get him on, Baz. I was thinking maybe, because I'm quite interested in everything behind the scenes of designing your own paintbrush. So
Yeah.
we had Nap and Bristle obviously on the episode, who he got us up to the point of selling a paintbrush and everything it involves. And I think it'd be quite interesting to get somebody on, because obviously it's
From the manufacturing side of it all.
from manufacturing into getting it actually into shops. So it'd be
Yeah.
interesting to get the
No, it would.
guy for Spec go on and getting his getting what he thinks about it, because it's like something it's such a hard market to crack.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Can,
think if you're going to bring out your own brush, you've got to have the people behind you that are willing to buy the brush and review it. And
yep.
because how many random brushes have you bought?
Oh, well, mate, I'll show it in my video. Like, the long form video will be there to watch. But I think I carry in my van over 150 brushes.
Exactly. And how many do you use?
I use about maybe 10.
Exactly. So you
Okay,
you want to be able to stand out enough where people are going to use them regular. Do you know what I mean? It's all right, people buying them, but then they're not even using them. So it's like,
sometimes I'm a sucker for a new brush. Like, and
yeah.
I look at some brushes and I'm like,
As soon as you get a new brush, it's that, innit?
rubbing it in your face,
or,
innit?
or on your head, or
But what do you call it? It's sometimes they're so clever that it's the look of some of the brushes. Again, they look they look very nice, but they're
Yeah, they
basic
do, yeah.
compared to some of the brushes you get out there nowadays. Like, let's take the Paint Warrior Badger brush as a example. It's got a nice matte black ferrule, and the bristles are white, and it's got the black bit at the end of the handle, and
Yeah,
they look
yeah.
good. But they are also a good paintbrush.
Yeah.
Good paintbrush, Ken. So I think like
They
that's a
work as
part of
good
it
as
for
they
me.
look.
Aye, they are as good as so. No, I'm going to reserve my judgment on them, because I was very honest in my video, because
Yeah.
I felt like just because I'm getting sent free stuff doesn't mean I'm going to lie.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Well,
if only
what-
other manufacturers out there that are brave enough to send me or Baz anything free to try out, like,
It will be an honest review.
it will always be honest for us, like so. So no,
While
I
we're
was
on about honest reviews, I did an honest review about the Maveric knife. They brought a new Maveric
Yep.
knife out. Now I've always been Olfa or Tajima,
Yep.
and obviously I did a review. Now don't get me wrong, they are a decent knife. The blades are good. Actually, hang on, I've got one here. So they are a decent knife, and I do quite like them, but I don't think I'll be changing from my Tajima or my Olfa.
So what one's that you've got there, Baz? Is
So
that
that
the wee?
is the Maverick. Is it like 1.5 inch or something? Half inch.
But
whatever
what's
it
the
is.
blade? What's the blade size in that? Is that 9mm?
Yeah, that's the 9mm one, because
See, I've
also
got
got the 18mm blades there
for the bigger knife.
for the bigger one. But
See that this is a
so-
very old one, but I've got the 9mm Olfa.
yeah,
I don't use it very often for the
so
simple
if
reason.
you put yours up there,
For the simple reason I lost that bit.
yeah. So if you see this bit,
Yeah.
I like that. That is like a metal there.
For opening tins and stuff.
Yeah, whatever you want to use it for.
Raking it,
Um,
cracking.
But
What here?
also as well, if you look here, you can't just push that down, which is a good idea, but in real life, you just want to click it down quick, stick it in your pocket.
Aye.
You have to. See that little red bit there? So
Yep.
to push it up, you have to press the red bit.
Right.
If you use this black bit here, all it does, it goes up a little bit, but then springs back.
Springs, right.
Which it's not the worst thing, but then, like I say, when you're in a rush and you're just trying to push it down, you're trying to stick it back in your pocket. It's a bit of a hassle, But as well is what I don't like. Some people might like this little feature, but for me, it threw me off, and I ended up. Luckily, it was only lining paper, but because I was cross lining before I actually put the paper on.
Yep.
So when you're cutting,
Yep.
it pulls out.
Aye, that's a design flaw, that, isn't it?
Yeah. And then you can snap it back. So when it's obviously, I was going down like that, going down, and I wasn't expecting it to come out, and it just went, and ended up fucking.
Aye, because there's quite a bit of flex on. There's no, I haven't got much of blade on that yet, but let me get. I've got my other knives here, by the way. So that's a 12, the Olfa 12.
Yeah.
Mil. But I see, like, if you look there, I don't know, can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
actually see that in the camera? Look how
But
much
then-
flex.
What you've got to think of as well is with that, you've still. So I've got that there. Obviously, that flexes, but then
Yep.
while you're cutting, it's also going like that, which adds
Aye.
more flex.
So you need to actually hold the knife.
Yeah.
You need to hold the plastic. Because obviously you're wanting to use them as short as possible, aren't you?
Yeah.
See, I like the feature on this.
I like cutting about that much with that much.
Aye, so do I. Keep it as short as I can. Unless I'm cutting maybe a tube. I know you shouldn't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cut
but,
decorators
yeah.
caulk. You shouldn't cut decorators caulk with Olfa knife. But this one's actually got a wee feature on it that stops it for, or is it one of the knives has got a feature where so that one it doesn't slide up or down unless you actually press down on it.
All right, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. See,
so
that would be more of a better design than having to use this.
Aye, to keep it.
Because you put a bit of pressure on it anyway, don't you, to fucking...
And what about, you got your 18-inch mil there?
I have... It's on the van, that one.
Right.
I have got the blades, but it's literally the exact... Oh, God. It's the exact same as that, but obviously 18 mil.
See, I've actually two, because I bought the holster, but again, it's Olfa. I quite like the Olfa stuff though, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
aware
do.
that
I'm a big fan of Olfa, like...
Maveric are kind of coming in with Dulux, aren't they? So that this week, Olfa have been getting rid of a lot of their
Yeah.
sorry,
And
Dulux this week have been getting rid
exchanging it with...
So this is a knife, you can tell the difference. This is a knife I have in my pocket every day.
Yeah.
And look, you can see it's all worn and it's got decorator's caulk and paint on it. But it's the all system. I don't know if you can see it there. It's got a wee spinning wheel there.
Yeah.
So you put it up, you spin the wheel, tightens it, and that stops the blade from slipping.
Yeah.
And obviously slicking it off, put it down and tighten the blade up again, which I quite like actually.
Yeah.
Even though it's quite footery, you're obviously in your pocket and you're going, putting it up and doing it, but just because I'm not used to doing it. However, nowadays they've actually changed the newer knife, so I've not even
that's
used
the
this
one
knife,
I've got, the newer model.
the brand new one. Well, it's got the same mechanism as that other one, so it's got that kind of where you pushing the bottom it to move it up. But it feels better, that knife. Can you hear that? Can you hear that there?
Yeah.
Aye. And also I got free with the holster.
Yeah, well, with this, I got a snap-off box.
Right.
You know, for your blades. But yeah, like I said, generally I use my Tajima knife more than anything, to be honest.
Aye.
That is just your nice bog standard knife. There's no little fucking little bits at the bottom that you have to use. You just push it up, push it down as you need to. The only thing it doesn't really have is your little tin opener thing.
Aye.
But,
see, it's only my two big in here. The thing about. See, I like the idea in what do you call that, a holster.
Yeah.
And obviously that goes onto your work belt.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got a wee red release button at the back for getting your knife out. But see, that being on your belt all the time and it's at your waist and like, you know what you're like when you're decorating, you're doing onto your knees and you're standing up.
Yeah, and it's falling out and it's...
Literally, I've had that knife for years. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how old that mechanism is, but I've had this knife for years and I've literally never stabbed myself in my leg with it because it's been in my pocket.
Yeah.
Get what I mean? So I feel like they've solved it. They look good. It looks maybe good if you're walking about with a knife. Um,
And you look like
like
you're not a thug.
in your holster.
Yeah.
But like it's not really, it's solving a problem
Yeah,
really
like
that
you
no
say,
one's
because
saying.
generally you forget your knives in your pocket. So
Exactly.
if it's in your holster, you'd forget it's in your holster. You're on your knees, you're bending over, you're bending down, you're stretching, it's falling, it's doing this, it's doing that. Yeah. I don't think I'd ever use a holster like.
No,
The idea of a holster is good, but
I
in real life, I think it's just not
no.
practical.
Actually, I thought an issue with the holster, and
Go on.
somebody might actually be able to tell me online that I'm thinking about. But see, obviously I'm right-handed, so I don't know how it comes across on my camera, but that goes onto the right side of your belt. But see, what happens if you're left-handed? Because you can't change this round to get onto the left side of your belt. I don't think.
Let me see it.
I don't think it changes.
All right, yeah, see what you mean, yeah.
It's only right hand for right hand side, so it's all
Hiya, mate. Have you got any left-handed holsters?
in it though. 'Cause I feel like the, obviously that this slot here slots into the holster, so
Yeah,
even if you did stick it in that side of your belt, it's the wrong way around.
yeah.
You know what I
Just a
mean?
quick one about the Maveric as well. This particular knife will be going back in its box, and Martin Tuffery has actually won that.
Oh, so that's not
Did
even
a
your
little
knife.
giveaway on TikTok, and Martin ended up winning. So he's
Well
got a
done.
little goodie bag here. I'm not going to show it because I did a video on TikTok. If you want to see it, go on TikTok. Yeah, so he's ended up winning it, and a few other little bits and bobs as well.
Well
I
done,
mean, I'm
Martin.
sure he can either use it or sell it. He can do what he wants with it.
And so your Tajima, what's it called? Your other knife,
Tajima.
Tajima knife. How much and where did you get it and how much?
I've had it for years. So I got it from my paint suppliers, A&B, in Realman.
Right,
But I got it maybe 7 years ago.
right, and never missed a beat.
Never missed it. It still works how it should. It's been lathered in paint and everything, and I've managed to take the fucking bottom off where you replace the blades. Take the bottom off,
Yep.
give it a little clean over, goes back on as it should.
And do you buy Tajima blades for it?
So I switch and swap. Like I say, sometimes it's Olfa blades, sometimes it's Tajima blades. So
Right,
um,
they're universal fit. I take it.
yeah. So basically, they're very similar to the Tajima. They're very similar to the Olfa. You know the.
Yep.
So every now and then I'll go through a phase of using my Olfa, and then I'll go through a phase of using the Tajima.
Right.
Just because to me they're both as good as each other.
See, I buy Olfa black, the black blades.
So that's what the Tajima, they are
Right.
black. Is it like tungsten carbon or something?
I think they're
Yeah.
meant to be sharper, but the only reason I bought cheaper like one time years ago, and they were fucking shit, and I was constantly snapping them, and I
Yeah. Do
found
you
that
know what? I
like
think price wise, I think they're about the same as the Alpha.
right,
There isn't much to
much
it at
different.
all.
But
Especially quality wise as well.
but then I actually bought I just always stick with the same blade. So other people will say I take it Maveric Heathering blades as well, do they?
Yeah, yeah. So that's what they are. They're Maveric's own blades, which
Right.
they are fairly decent. I haven't actually tried them in my
18 inch.
Tajima or Olfa knife to see if they
Right.
fit. Which that would be quite interesting.
It'd be a stupid mistake if Maverick
Yeah,
didn't make them
yeah,
fit because they're gonna get a sale, aren't they? Even
yeah.
if
And
you're just
if
buying them for
people
the blade.
prefer the blades but not the actual knife itself.
100%. No, I've years ago when 15 years ago or so when we went down to the paint and decorating show with my dad the very first time they were selling the full Mirka packs with all the knives, which I think one of the knives is from for £100, and that was stop drinking out the fucking carton.
I'm not going getting a glass,
Get a glass.
and then having to wash it.
Get a glass.
I'm not getting a glass. Then I have to wash the glass.
So 15. I nearly missed that because I was that busy fucking talking about Olfa now. About 15 years ago, we went down to Coventry show. The very first time I ever went down, Olfa were there and they were selling their blades, but they were in a wee nice wee, what would you call it, like material fucking backpack, you know,
like like a little gift.
like a wee satchel, and you could buy every knife.
Satchel is the word, I think.
Different blades, the window scraper, the snap-off box, everything for £100. It was like a trade day deal, and I always looked like thinking I'd buy that whole set again. But they stopped doing it. No, it's interesting because before like Maverick, and I never heard of Tajima, but before Maverick came out with their new knives, I never heard anybody even try to compete with Marca for their. I mean, you do get cheap snap-off blades.
Just a quick one, Merca don't do blades either.
Or Olfa, sorry. Olfa.
Yeah, so I think I paid about 20 to 30 quid. You get the 9mm, 18mm, you get the snap-off box, you get replacement blades for both.
That's good for 30 quid, by the way.
And I think that was it, but yeah,
Innit?
you get all that, and that was about 30 quid. So if you're on a bit of a budget, I'd definitely say go and buy them. They are decent, but
that's decent. Like for 30 quid, that's very, very good. Especially if like you're to buy that knife, and then just buy if the blades weren't very good, or if you didn't think they were the best, just start buying Olfa blades.
Yeah, innit?
And by the way, if it's Maverick, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't checked the website, but I'm 99% sure that if it's Maverick, Nap and Bristle Decorating Supplies will sell it. So I'll check out his website too while you're.
Generally, anything decorating related, Nap and Bristle will sell for you. So.
Aye, 100%.
Yeah, so the next topic I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you've got any other topics, but my next topic is actually mist coating.
Yep. Hot topic, innit?
So there's a lot of people out there nowadays that are saying contract matte isn't good for mist coating with today's paints, which...
Well, I think that's saying contract matte isn't good for mist coating under durable mattes. So it's good under some paints, but durable mattes. What's your thoughts?
No, I've used a durable matte. Obviously, I've mist coated, sanded, and used a durable matte, and I've never had a problem. But I always water the first coat down, so maybe that's what I'm doing right.
Yep.
I've done a scratch test and everything. It's been fine. I've never had any problems with it. But what are you using to mist coat? Are you still using contract, or? I
use McPherson's Eclipse.
Yeah.
And it's quite chalky surface anyway. And same mate.
Eclipse is really good for your all-rounder contract type of matte in it.
I use it for finishing ceilings.
Exactly. Yeah.
But no,
gives a proper dead flat.
It looks really good, and it's cheap. I get it for $17.99 a tub.
I think I'll be honest, because I don't pay it up front. I pay it monthly.
Yep, same.
I couldn't actually tell. Mine's probably around that, because when I get anything McPherson's, it's only around 20 to something.
It's not very expensive.
It's not expensive.
I'm the exact same. I put plenty of water in my mist coat too. I'm almost, if I'm mist coating, I'm nearly 50-50.
Yeah, I'm like that.
And again, like you say, I sand it after I've mist. So I was always learned, because I see a lot of people sanding fresh plaster with their machines and stuff.
And then it's like, well,
I don't do that. I always mist coat
stick your first coat on.
Yep. Then I do my plate. Scraping, because I think it shows everything.
Yeah, exactly. Now, some people might think, oh, well, that's a waste of time, but it really isn't. Like,
It's just the way I was learning it.
that's how I was always taught to
Aye.
mist coat
Well,
first and
I
then sand.
always thought if you took your sander over the wall when it was fresh plaster, sometimes you can put wee swirls in the
In the plaster.
work.
Yeah.
You can mark
Yeah.
it, Ken. So I think you're
Yeah.
better trying. Know that the plaster's very good all the time. Usually you're low prep today, like in it. So,
Yeah. And but
like,
like again, a lot of plaster can look really good. Once you've mist coated it, you go,
it
fuck
look
me,
it looks shit.
that
Yep,
looks
100%.
horrendous.
Aye.
So again, you'd end up sanding it anyway. All you're doing is sanding it, mist coating, and then you're gonna have to sand it again because you need to fill it all
Yep.
and fucking do whatever.
And then like the same, mate. I've been on it with durable mats. I'm a big fan of Clean Extreme, as everybody
Yeah,
knows.
yeah.
Like,
Again, I've used Clean Extreme on top of it as well, and I've never
and
had any
never had a
problems.
fucking issue. And so
No.
no, it's
Yeah,
a
I
weird
think
thing.
I don't
I
know
think a lot.
what these people are using that are saying it doesn't work, but I reckon what they're doing is mist coating with contract and just going straight on with the paint rather than
Maybe.
giving it a sand, because obviously, like you say, with
Or
contract, it's quite chalky anyway. Contract.
and it terrifies me though because you've got reputable people saying that. By the way, it's no
Yeah,
like two or three people. It's like good trusted decorators that
yeah,
I trust saying that, and it terrifies me because,
yeah, and
well, it did terrify me
puts
because
doubts in your mind, doesn't it? Because you're
well, I
thinking,
didn't.
fuck.
Well, I done a big job. I'm doing a big job up the New Galloway Road that I'd been doing, and it's like it's a whole house, and see if that whole house was the what it decided. Right, I'm going to be a problem here, and all my paint's going to peel off.
Yeah,
It'd be a fucking nightmare to fix.
yeah. But that's
Ken,
the thing
so
as well. So, if this is to everyone listening, if you don't use contract mat, what are you using? Because surely you can't miscoat with a vinyl mat.
well, here's the thing, Baz. Have you ever miscoated with guards?
Guards,
Tins of
yeah.
guard.
I have seen. I haven't. I haven't. I've seen people doing it.
See,
I
I
haven't
ain't
done
it
it
either.
myself.
But I don't trust it.
Yeah. See. So what I've done is, that last bit was a bit of a lie. So what I've done is I've guards because I've needed to, and then I've mist coated on top of the guards, and then gone over with.
Well, I've
And that was a little bathroom ceiling. That.
see, I've guards previously painted surfaces. So say like you're saying, say a bathroom ceiling, you scrape all the
All
paint's
the
peeling off because
peeling. Yeah, yeah.
it wasn't miscoated properly. So you scrape off
So
everything,
that's
you get a coat, a peel stop or guards,
yeah.
fill it, and it gives you a new surface to work
Yeah,
on. That's the
so
only time I've
that's
done it.
what I did it with. So basically, there wasn't even a bit of paint left. That's how bad it was.
Yep.
Nothing stuck to the surface of the plaster.
Aye.
So it was like it had just been freshly plastered, the whole
Yep.
lot.
I see.
So that's what I ended up doing. I guarded it, but then I still mist coated it,
I
and
gave it a
then
coat. Yep.
yeah, and
Went on with
then
your top coats because
so
I think. Like I've seen a lot of videos online where people are just going into houses and they just miscoat with guards. It's just straight on with guards
yeah,
in the
yeah,
bathroom, like and obviously works. Like I'm
yeah,
not saying the people ever hitting back or anything, but it terrifies me doing that
yeah,
because I think like I was always learned, and I know they change paints and people in the comment section might say like, "Oh, that's because the recipes and the paints have changed, and that's why you shouldn't be using contract mat." But listen, like I've done this for years, and I've never had an issue with it,
yeah.
even up to date. And I use the paints constantly that they're changing, and I know they're maybe
See,
saying
I'm
on
quite. Do you
manufacturing.
know what? As you're on about like you're terrified and that, I'm quite glad you've said you still use it because I was thinking, am I doing something wrong? Like,
Aye,
should I have switched over by now, or am I stuck in the Stone Age, or what?
yep.
But so I'm quite glad that you've said that you still do it.
Is this us becoming dinosaur decorators?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it
It's
is,
like
isn't
us.
it?
We're sitting here right now and we're saying, "Oh, I fucking misquoted with contract mart for the last 20 years and I've never had an
And then
issue."
there's all these new people going, I've never miscut with contract mat. What are you doing? You
Aye.
shouldn't use that. You shouldn't do this.
And obviously we're a professional decorating podcast, and it would be wrong us to sit here and just say our opinions. But I honestly believe that if you're worried, check your data sheets.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
definitely.
if you're using, for example, Crown Clean Extreme, um,
It will
you
say,
know,
do not use this product, do not
I
use...
you know, well, it'll tell you a product to use, but
Yeah,
also if you Google Crown Clean Extreme or whatever type of paint you're using data sheet, it'll bring you onto the page and you'll be able to sit there and go through
yeah.
loads and loads of information. It'll tell you opacity and
I saw that question online.
coverage.
How
Yep,
often do you read a data sheet? Now, for me, I only read a data sheet when, again, I'm unsure about something.
yep,
Apart from that, I don't really read it. If I'm like, shit, I actually don't know about that, then I'll read the data sheet.
100%. Yep.
Do you...
So I'll read a data sheet when, like you said, I'm unsure or if I've never used a product.
Yeah, yeah,
So, for example, if somebody's saying, "Oh, we're using this product," the first thing I'll think of doing is I'll get home that night and I'll took a picture of the tin so that I know exactly what product it is, and I'll get it when I've got a bit of time, because
yeah,
being dyslexic, I feel like if I'm under pressure to read something, I don't read it properly. I
yeah, yeah.
skip and
You
scan
just
it. Whereas
scan through it.
and I'm not saying I can't read, obviously I can read, but I feel like if I have more time at night, I have more time to like pick up my phone, read a few paragraphs, think, oh, what does that mean?
Go
Fucking
on,
put it over there. What you got to say?
go on. You're all right. Just carry on. I'll say it in a minute.
So read a few paragraphs, just like work out what that means for myself. Like if they're saying 10%, or this should be your miscoat and use
Yeah,
this product, and I get to tuck the information in better rather
yeah,
than me just picking up the data sheet and going right. I know what I'm doing, and then after I'm finished, something goes wrong, and I
and you
look at
go,
the data sheet
yeah,
properly,
and then
and
you
I've
go,
read
oh
it, and it
shit.
says, "Oh shit, I was meant to fucking mix that
Yeah,
hardener in it," for example.
yeah.
Then,
So I started laughing about you being dyslexic.
aye,
Now we're a few
fucking terrible.
episodes in,
Fuck,
right?
that's terrible, isn't it?
Now we're a few episodes in. I just want, I just wanna admit now and confess, right? When we first set up the
I know what
Decorators
you're going
Den
to say.
TikTok account, so I did it and I put the Decorators, and
Yep.
I didn't notice it for
No.
ages. Sean didn't notice it for ages, and I think it was a plasterer that made a little comment saying, "Is it Decorators Den or Decorators Den? Decorators Den?" And I just put, "Oh, it can be whatever you want, mate," not realizing. And
It
then,
was,
yeah, and then, was it you that messaged me, or
Kyle
someone said in
messaged
the group chat or
in the
something?
group chat.
In the
Yep.
group chat, someone said it, and I was like, "Ah, you're taking the piss," da 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 da, because I thought they saw that comment, and it wasn't. It actually said Decorators Den.
Yep.
And fucking hell, I was like, let's get that changed quick. Luckily, we didn't have that many followers at that point,
No,
did we?
exactly. But see my wife, see Natalie, if she's proofreading on anything, she could go into a restaurant and she can just literally be like this with the menu, and she'll go like that, the spelt spaghetti wrong. And it's like
Yeah,
1 second after opening the menu. I remember years ago, same kind of thing. My dad went and got his work van sign written,
yeah, yeah,
and it wasn't actually my dad's fault, like, but we never. My dad didn't notice it. Who's probably dyslexic. I didn't notice it. We drove home with it, but the sign written his work van. I'll try and see if I can dig out a picture for it. But they spelt commercial wrong. They put only one M in commercial.
yeah, yeah.
And so it was like that, and we literally drew up outside my old house, and I walked in the house, and Natalie was like, "They spelt commercial wrong on the side of that work van." I was like, "Eh?" And of course, when my dad had got the you know how they send you when you're getting your work van wrote up, they send you like an what's
Like
it called?
to proof it yourself, like,
Proof it.
yeah,
It had it spelt properly, but the folk in the
yeah. Who
sign
actually
writing
stuck it on?
I
Fucking
had fucked it up, like.
yeah.
Aye.
So I used to have a little Ford Transit Connect, right, and the guy was dyslexic, but I thought obviously it'd be all right. Again, same situation. He sent me the proof in. I went, yeah, that's perfect. That.
Oh shit.
Checked everything. I was like, right, because obviously I
Yep.
knew he was dyslexic, so I was making sure everything was right, and I went, yeah, You just need the capital letter on. I think it was something like domestic or something. Because we had like domestic, commercial, interior, exterior. And I said, apart from that, everything is perfect. Came out, put the capital D, right? Did the lowercase c for commercial, which wasn't there originally. It was a capital C, right? But then painting was paint like M, not N.
Fuck's sake.
Painting, and then the decorating had a capital I in the ing, and I was like,
how the fuck's he done that
like,
then?
You've sent it to me to proof. All you've got to do is put it on the machine, that exact thing on the machine, and that'll do it for you. Like, what's gone wrong here? And I was like, oh, so do you know what I ended up doing? Because I just felt dead nasty, like, correcting him, so I ended up just buying some vinyl from B&M and fucking, that fucking
making
like
your own
DC
letter.
fix or something. And I ended up cutting it all out myself instead. I just stuck it on.
Fuck's sake.
But yeah, I felt dead nasty on him, and I was like, oh. But yeah,
Fucking I think my dad took his van back and they fixed it, like.
yeah.
Had to resize it or whatever. But if you're paying money for it, you obviously needs to be right.
Expect, yeah. But no, I think even if you're dyslexic and you're doing something like sign writing, you've got to proof it yourself and make sure, or have someone with you to go, right, that's fucked up, you've done that wrong, or...
Alright, well,
but,
not, see, that's, I think, maybe like some of the...
you could have been I could have been an arsehole, you could have been an arsehole, or your dad could have been an arsehole, and we could have just gone, fuck this, I'm not paying for this, did it, and just been a right cunt. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think with somebody like myself, I think ChatGPT's a revelation for me, because I'll write an email out, for example, or a quote or something out to, for example,
and then you'll end it with, proofread this for me.
and I'll just send it to ChatGPT and say, check it for grammar and spelling mistakes and stuff like that, and it just goes and it gives me.
Do you know how quick is it as well though when it does shit like that?
5 seconds and it's
literally.
And obviously then I just select all and send.
Yeah.
But no, it's a revelation, because it used to be when I would do my quotes and stuff like that, or do my invoices, or I make I used to do monthly posts on my TikTok and my Facebook business page. I do maybe seasonally now, like every quarter, every 3 or 4 months. I used to give it to Natalie and she would read through it and, you've spelt that wrong, or you've. Sometimes I can be quite repetitive, or as everybody else fucking can on this in this podcast. I repeat myself sometimes, where I'm like, I've maybe wrote out a post and I've maybe said twice, like, last week I was doing this last week. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then
I know what you mean. Yeah. So do you know what? Why you're on about repetitive? For my best mate. He doesn't do it anymore, but when we was growing up, he would repeat things back to himself. So he'd go, oh, fuck off, you cunt. Oh, fuck off, you cunt.
Right?
So I used to take the piss out of him all the time for it, and I'd be like, you're repeating yourself again. You stop doing it.
I gave him a complex, so he didn't do it.
It's not my fault. Like, and I'm like, why'd you keep doing it? Like...
Really random.
Yeah, he doesn't do it anymore, thank God.
Shout out to whatever Baz's mate is, Johnny 2 times or something. Is that no the guy out of Goodfellas? Johnny, and he repeats everything twice. You've never seen it, or it's something like that.
Ryan two fellas or whatever it's called. What is
Shout
it?
out Ryan 2 times. So, well, anyway, back to the original thing. So you can let us know in the comment section if you misquote with contract mat or guards, or de-water doing your finished product or whatever.
No judgment, by the way, just generally interested.
Interesting to see what the thing about.
Yeah.
And I have got a topic for you this week, Baz.
Go on.
So my topic this week is paste the wall.
Oh yes.
Paste the wallpapers. How much fucking better? Even like the only reason I thought
revelation again.
I've been using wall rock this week.
All right, yeah.
Which is paste the wall lining paper.
Yeah.
And it's like even it's a revelation. You're no
Yeah.
fucking wait. You just paste the
Do you know
wall,
what?
stick it on.
With
got it.
wall rock as well, it's all like the fibre liner in it.
Yep.
It's not like normal paper where you can just rip it. You try and just tear wall rock, you
Aye.
can't just rip wall rock.
It's got like wee strands or something in
Yeah,
it, isn't
yeah.
it?
Honest to God, absolutely fantastic product.
But just as a general thing, like paste the wall papers. Um, I'm almost to the point in my career, I think, where I want to say that for my own business, I feel like I want to advertise that I only hang paste the wall.
Yeah, I feel like it would be good for you, but it's hard to. Basically, it's telling people you can only get paste the wall, and it looks like you can't
Hang
paste.
it.
Do you know
But
what I mean? Like,
you don't think it's
it might look
no,
like you can only paste the wall, even though you
no,
can
but
paste any paper.
see, I can hang paste the paper. It's just
Yeah, yeah,
it's. I feel like that obviously you need to work a lot with the soak time. So if you
yeah,
soak it for too long or too little a time, the pattern doesn't match up.
yeah,
Sometimes it matches up perfect at the top. By the time you get down to the middle, it's off.
yeah.
Ken, it's like you're
Again,
obviously.
do you know what though? Even with paste the wall, you still get that. I had it was like just like little slats,
Yep.
just like silver slats, little different shades, and you could see where the pattern matched.
Aye.
So I'd match that, and every single one would match perfectly, apart from just one.
Right.
And that was paste the wall, and it was like every single one absolutely perfect, but then you'd get one where it was slightly off like that.
So, but was that an issue with the paper?
Yeah, so basically, and I feel like with paste to paper, you don't know whether it's an issue with the paper or with the soaking time. Do you know what I mean? Whereas with the paste to wall, even though you do still get it, you know for a fact it's to do with the actual paper print
the paper,
rather
exactly.
than.
See, that's the thing. And another thing would be the table. You don't need a table for paste to wall.
Because this week the paper that they've picked, that was paste to paper, and it was just pink and white stripes. And although it was easy enough to hang and stuff like that, it was just waiting. I had one wall. It took me 2 hours to do one wall because I had to obviously wait for soaking times, and I can't do this until I've done that. And
you hate actually paste it.
Yeah, exactly.
There. How do you paste? Do you paste with a brush or a roller, or you got the machine, or what?
So until recently, I use a mini roller.
Right.
Because I used to always use a brush, and then again it was just taking too long, and then I used a mini roller just to see if it worked, and I've used a mini roller ever since. Now with paste the wall, I just get your bog standard roller. Obviously use a brush to fucking cut in and that.
Cut it in. And do you do maybe like a few bits? Like
so I generally do the width of 2 or 3 pieces.
Yep.
I'll do the first 2. Go over where it's been done. Go over. But obviously before that, I've already sized the wall and everything anyway. But
see, I always size, but I don't always line, which is probably.
See, I'm like that. If it needs to be lined, like the wall is shit, and I think this paper's thin or whatever, I'll size it. I'll line it, and then I'll. But I don't think it's always necessary. Do you?
No, I mean, again, we're getting back onto this, and we're professional decorators, but I don't always feel like you need to line.
Yeah.
I
think some people say you always need to line just to make themselves look more professional. But you're no more professional than the person that doesn't line if it doesn't need doing. If it needs doing and you don't do it, then obviously you're a bit.
What about painting stripes on the wall where your overlaps are going to be? No, your overlaps, your seams.
Painting stripes.
where do you stand with that? Like, so for example, you've got a dark blue paper,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
you
so
think
where your
I
end of
would
your paper's going to meet.
you put a blue
Um,
line in there.
do you know what? I generally don't do it. If you look at the paper and you can see a little white bit, because some papers do have that where
Aye,
there's a
yep,
bit of white on the paper. You can either do what Sean was just saying then, paint the colour of the line,
yep.
or do you know what else works? Chalk
Or
or
crayon,
crayon.
aye. Actually keep
Just
crayons in my.
go like that along the
Yep.
edge, and that'll do just as good of a job
I actually
as
quite like painting the stripes on the wall though if I need to.
yeah.
Just as a precaution. I quite like it just because I think myself if years down the line it
It
because I think
starts
paint
peeling a bit of
you
something.
start
Yeah,
holding it, it's no noticeable.
yeah, yeah.
Ken, so
Yeah, again, like I've done it, but it's not something that I do a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's not something that I'll do on every job.
and see the like so right so back onto paste the wall product. So how do you think paste the wall products will last in bathrooms?
See, I am a big um, what's the opposite of advocate?
Like you're against
I'm very against having any paper in bathrooms.
right?
Very against it.
But what if your customer wants it?
I'll always steer my customers away from doing it if they choose that like it's what I want, whatever, like just do the job. Then I'll just say, look, anything that happens with the paper in the bathroom
Yep,
is nothing to do with me, because you get so many issues where there's no ventilation, there's no whatever, and
yep.
then it looks like it's you. Yeah, I'm
And
not a
and
fan of any paper in the bathrooms, but
so what
I feel
about
like paste the wall will work just as good as paste the paper in bathrooms.
putting it on a bathroom wall and then going over it with say Smith and Rogers Rock Top to clear coat it?
Yeah, so you can do that, but again, even that's only going to do so much. If you have got good ventilation and stuff like that, like I'd recommend using something like rock top or something, because
Yep,
even like polyvine decorators varnish, I've used
yep.
that on paper before,
Aye, I
and that
just clear
does just as good of
clear
a job.
coat. Yep.
Keeps it nice and durable and stops any moisture penetrating the paper.
The only thing I will say to folks, only young people, students or whatever watching or DIYers, that if you are doing that with your paper, test a bit on the paper first, and
Yeah,
also check your finish of your paper because,
yeah,
for example, if you've got a shiny jungle themed wallpaper, that's just the most recent you've done in the bathroom. If you've got a shiny jungle themed wallpaper and you put over the top of Smith and Rogers matte or ultra matte rock
yeah,
top, it's going to look terrible. So make
yeah,
sure you go for like a satin finish or
yeah.
I don't know
Something
if
with a
rock
slight sheen at least.
or
You don't,
gloss.
yeah.
And also, I'm a big believer in mixing the sheens together to make them different sheen levels.
Uh, what what are your actual thoughts on paper in bathrooms?
I paper bathrooms, and I don't have
Yeah,
any issue.
I
I,
paper
I,
them, but I try and avoid it if I can.
I don't even bother warning my customers if they want it papered. I'll paper it. Disney.
Yeah,
The only reason I ask is because I've done one recently where it was a wallpaper in a bathroom, and I hadn't had a call back. But I just
did you
thought
do
as I was
anything to it? Did you put any varnish or
no, I just
no?
put it on straight because I thought if it did peel, I could egg and back and stick it back down,
Yeah,
and if it was going to become an issue, I could rock top over the top of it then,
yeah.
like. But no,
Again, I'm similar. Like I've never had any issues with any
no,
bathrooms that I've papered, but like sometimes I have rock topped or decorators varnished it,
yep,
and then other times I haven't. Do you know what I mean? So, but I always warn them that I'm against it. Any issues you get isn't to do with me. Obviously, I'll come and sort it out and fix
yep,
whatever needs to be fixed, but that isn't due to me. And I've pre-warned them that it could happen, and
See, the
at least they know.
only reason I ask, obviously, only paper's no really, it doesn't perform great in bathrooms, unless
Yeah.
it's maybe like a painted on a glitter or something. But the only reason I was asking, have you ever stripped a paste wall product?
Yeah, it comes off really nice, doesn't it?
I like too easy.
Yeah. Feels like it's
And,
not been feels like it's not been done proper, isn't it?
that worries me because I
Yeah,
think,
innit?
well, if you're doing that in the bathroom, it's
Yeah.
literally you could grab it for a corner and pull the whole
Yeah.
length off.
Yeah,
And
no, I know what you mean.
I'm not saying that happens all the time, by the way, because I guarantee you somebody out there will go and strip a
In it a paste the
fucking
wall and
paste
it'd be
wall
like
and it'd be an absolute
no.
nightmare. But
I'd say a good 80 to 90% of paste the wall comes off a dream.
I think it's a
You'll
good
probably get
thing that
the odd percentage where it will be a bit of an arsehole, like.
I think it is a good thing. Obviously, if you're a student or whatever, and you're learning at college about hanging wallpapers or stuff, you obviously need to learn.
I'd be interested actually about students. Sorry, Sean.
All right.
What are students hanging in colleges now?
I don't know if I never hung paste I never hung paste the wall at college.
I never. That's what I mean. So I'd be interested if colleges have moved on to paste the wall as well
But
as
I think you'd hate to do both.
yeah. See, I didn't do any. When I was
Right.
doing it, it was always paste the paper.
But same, should colleges be doing murals?
I think they should be. I don't know
Like
whether they
obviously
do,
wallpaper
because I was
murals. Yeah.
doing it obviously through the apprenticeship anyway. So
See, I never done a mural till I was working for myself.
did you know?
No, actually, well, the very first time I did a mural was for a local golf club to me, and I literally said to the guy that had messaged me, I said, "I'll do it free of charge because I've never done one before. I'll do it for
Yeah,
like as a sponsorship for the club, and it'll no cost you anything just because I wanted to see how I performed in it, and there was a mistake. So basically, they measured their mural themselves.
yeah.
And he told me when I got there, he was like, "Oh, they've measured it, and it'll not reach the fire exit door. It was maybe 10 meter long, Ken,
Yeah.
and it'll not. So rather than starting for the fire exit and not getting to
Yeah.
the pro shop
So
wall,
leave an edge at each side.
no, they wanted me to start for the right and work to the left and leave the gap at the fire door,
All
which
right,
I
right.
said, "Oh, that's fine," because if it was wallpaper, you could date. So actually, this mural, you stuck it on, but you had to overlap it and then cut it.
Yeah. Like
But I
splice
didn't.
down it.
I spliced it and tear the two pieces
Yeah.
off, and it matched in perfectly. But because this stuff was actually designed to be hung from left to right rather than right to left, the way I was doing
Yeah.
it, the wrong bit was getting cut off. If
Yeah.
that made sense.
Yeah.
But obviously, once so in the very first length, there was, it's kind of like it's what is it? It's their 13th hole. It's their iconic 13th hole.
Yeah.
This golf club, and on that hole, on the top, like you could see in the hill, like it didn't just match totally because
Yeah.
I made the mistake, right? And some of the clouds you could see in the background where it kind of
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't
slightly.
100%
Yeah.
perfect. But lucky enough, obviously being an experienced wallpaper hanger, I knew how to remedy it when I got onto the next lens. So I just
Yeah.
always made sure that I was leaving the right edge up, and then fitting the left edge, and then
Yeah.
putting the right edge back down on top it, so that I was, although I was working from right to left, I was cutting left to right. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
quite hard to explain. But no, it'd be interesting. Obviously, you've got
I think they should because again, in the real world, they're gonna get murals. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
It's
And I mean,
and
you could actually do it quite simply, like as a college test. I've told them this many times. Stop drinking out that bloody carton. Um, you could actually do it. Here's just me thinking out loud here. You could do a test at college, so you could get, say, 5 lengths of lining paper. You could cut them to 2.3 meter,
yeah,
so they're higher than the 2.1 meter cubicle or whatever you use. You leave the 5 lengths, sorry, down on the floor, and you draw a picture on it, or
Do
paint
something to it so you
paint a
can. Yeah.
design on it, let it dry, and then say to the student, you'd hate to use a paste to wall probably, but say to the students, okay, stick that on, and we want the lines like or whatever to
Yeah.
match. Then
So
obviously we have got aspirations to go into colleges and do some stuff. So I wonder if maybe speaking to some company that did murals or something, and
yeah,
see if they'd like to give some for college students to try.
yeah. No, that'd be interesting. What
Yep.
when you did that mural for the golf club, what was it?
It was a picture of
No,
their
no.
13th hole.
So to adhere it to the wall,
Just wallpaper paste.
or to the paper.
I think it was to the paper, but I think I did both.
Yeah, because I did. I don't know if you saw it a while back, a Man City mural, and it was one
No.
of them pre pasted papers,
And you
and
dip
you
them
just
into
wet
water.
the paper
Aye.
and it sticks on, and it just didn't feel right to me. So
Right.
what I ended up doing is I put like 2 pieces up, and I was like, nah, I'm not happy with that. It fitted on perfect. I kept them two
Yep.
pieces on. I guarded the wall, left it for about 3 hours, and then I was like, right, now I'll do it. And I thought I'll play it safe because I was like, at least with the guards, when the guards get wet again, it'll stick to the paper.
Aye.
But that's why they do it, so then you can just easy peel it off.
Right.
I've never peeled one off, but apparently
No, I
you
didn't.
you just wet the paper, stick it on, and then it just comes off without damaging the wall.
Well, since doing the one for the golf club, I then had to do another one, which obviously I had a bit of experience that I could charge for properly, and I didn't. It was like wildflowers, and it was beautiful, by the way. I'll
Yeah,
find a picture for it, and I'll maybe send it to Baz, and we'll try and maybe insert it
yeah,
at the end or in the show notes or something. And it was absolutely stunning, and it was beautiful when it was
yeah,
done. But my, I was terrified of making a mistake with it because
yeah.
they're so expensive. They're no cheap. Ken,
Yeah,
and you
I've
don't
I've done a quite a good few in the last few years. Like,
get a mistake. You don't get an extra length like
no,
with a roll of wallpaper.
yeah.
Ken.
If you mess that one, because the specific pieces for specific
Aye,
spaces, like,
and I think it was maybe eight drops to do
yeah,
this wall. And of course, you're like you hear a bit like that at the top, so you have to make sure that you're starting for your highest point in your wall
yeah,
and your lowest point,
yeah,
so it's exactly centre. Although it
yeah,
was squeaky bum time, like
yeah.
terrifying.
I think
I no,
every mural you get a bit of, is this the right size? Is it going to be bang on? And I have to be very precise, and
yep.
you're like, oh,
And that's why I
how much
wonder,
have I got to work with here?
like
Like,
pasting the wallpaper. Pasting the product wallpaper, and you're pasting it on a table and folding it up, and sticking it on. And you've got this work time and soak time, and if things aren't going to plan, you're getting it backing off, and
yeah,
you're repasting bits, and you're going around a chimney breast, and your fucking arsehole is literally sweating because you're you're like under pressure, and that's why I wondered myself. Do you just advertise and say, "Oh, I don't want to do paste the paper. I don't want to do
yeah,
paste the paper on me. I just do paste the wall, and
yeah.
that's it. Sorry, I don't hang. Sorry, I don't hang.
Plus, you're
Paste
doubling your
the product."
time as well, because once you've done your prep and any sizing or whatever you need to do, takes no longer than an hour to paste just your bog standard flat wall.
Aye.
And it took me 2 hours with paste of paper to do one bog standard flat wall, and
Stuart
you're saving
McLean,
time.
who we had on episode 3 or whatever it was, way back, we had Stuart on, and I remember watching one of his
Oh, you
videos.
mean Stuart McLean?
McLean, I. I remember watching one of his videos, and he said, "No, I'm not taking like A, credit for this if it works, and B, don't blame me if this ever
If it
fucks
doesn't
up
work.
because I personally had never tried this, by the way. But apparently, Stuart says, and he might have been trolling, that if you put your
Oh yeah,
paper
yeah, I know, yeah.
on the table and you wet the back of your paper,
And then paste the wall
you wet your
with
whole
it.
paper, and then it turns it into paste the wall wallpaper. You can then just stick it to the wall, and it'll
Like, I've never done it myself, so I don't know. But
no.
theoretically, it could work, I think. Because if you think, paste paper needs to be pasted because it needs to expand. So, I mean, surely the water is expanding it for you. And then you can
Aye,
paste the
but still,
wall.
like, I
But
feel like if
again,
you're gonna,
I've never tried it, so I don't know. But I don't know
well,
whether
well,
he
actually,
was
here
trolling or not.
we've got some homework for you. So obviously, I'm only ever going to try that in my own house, where
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think I've got any wallpaper now. But however, if you are a student, you're at college, and your lecturer allows you, why don't you try that out for us and
yeah.
let us know if it worked. So what your instructions are to get your paste table out as normal, wet the back of your paper just with your
Cut your
sponge.
piece first. Don't
I
just wet
cut,
the
cut
whole
your piece
roll.
to length. I don't wet the whole roll.
In bath.
Sponge wet with water the back of your paper. Make it like, don't absolutely soak it so you hate
Yeah,
to wring
yeah.
it out, but
Just
wet it
get your sponge, wring it out, go over the paper.
and then paste your wall and stick your wallpaper to it. And if your lecturer allows you to get him to be the judge and say, "Oh, you've made a good job," if it doesn't work and it shrinks and looks terrible, then
Stuart's never
let the
coming on again. No, I'm
let the
joking.
let the decorators then know, because it'll be
Yeah,
information for
it
us and you'll
genuinely
learn
would be
something.
interesting to, because
Yeah,
even that would save time.
exactly. And I mean, if you're doing it at college, it's no costing a customer or anything.
Yeah, it's not
There's
costing
no
anyone apart
there's
from
no
your
risk
college.
involved.
Do you know
Exactly.
what? A lot of the time, it doesn't even cost your college because they get
Papers
scraps from.
and papers give to them for
Yeah,
free. Exactly.
yeah, um, yeah. Definitely let us know about
So
that.
next week we've got James Young again. Or it'll be the
Yes,
first time you'll see James, obviously.
yeah.
We're gonna get
He's a bit of a
into some of.
podcast. He's a bit of a podcast connoisseur, isn't he?
Yes, he's been on a few. He's been on the Talking Tradesman. He was very good in the Talking Tradesman.
Yeah,
One of my favourite episodes of
really
the
enjoyed that
Talking
one.
Tradesman I've ever watched. He's got an interesting story, which will no delve too far into the shitty bits of the story. Let's call it. We're going to just concentrate on James's journey, the upbeat kind of stuff, and that kind of the good side. And by the way, in the comments, let us know what you thought of the song at the start.
Just about
By
to
the way,
say that. I was waiting for you to finish.
sorry, Baz.
Go on, yeah. Let us know what you think about the song. I'm quite proud of that, whether you
I
like
think
it or
it's
not.
absolutely fucking brilliant. and just taking through it again.
Available on Spotify.
So Christmas number one. No, get over to trade-decorator.co.uk and start today.
www.napandbristle.co.uk as well for any of your
I think
decorating supplies.
you'll be, if you go out to Trade Decorator, today is the start of their 12 days of Christmas. So they've got Osmo, Albany, Isomat, and Marca. I guarantee you the big prize will be in the very last day. But I might be
Yeah.
wrong. I don't have any inside information. But do not miss Trade Decorators 12 days of Christmas, because
I'll
we are
put it this
powered.
way, Sean's entered and he's hoping to
I'm
get the big
I've
prize.
100% entered. Like, and obviously we're the official podcast of the Trade Decorators. So if we're telling you to fucking go, you hate to fucking go.
Go.
Go for it.
Right. Have you got anything else to cover?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
I think I've got everything that I wanted to say as well.
Yep.
I've been Baz, and that's been Sean, and we've been absolutely made up to have you here. Good night.
Bye bye.